Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Thank you very much for attending this wonderful Legends 2 evening. Thank you for inviting me back for the second time running. I'm deeply, deeply honoured and humbled to be here in the illustrious company that I'm with tonight. Thank you. Before I introduce the two people that I've been asked to come here for, I would like to just say hello to some of the legendary wrestlers that have taken the trouble to join us here this evening. So may I ask some of them to come forward and take a bow inside the camera area, please. The boys over in the corner, come up in the ring, please, say hello. These are the men, ladies and gentlemen, that entertained you for upwards of 30 years of their lives, taking knocks and bangs every night of the week. Please say hello, give them a warm welcome as they come in. And could I ask the two that are hiding outside the curtain to come in, please? Ladies and gentlemen, just to introduce them in order, the legendary referee who's working here tonight, Mr. Bobby Stafford. And another legend of yesteryear, now country and western singer, Billy LaRue. Next to him, the former legendary wrestler, son of the legendary Bob Archer O'Brien, Bob Anthony. And next to him, Mad Eli. And next to him, the East Anglia champion, ladies and gentlemen, Alan Bass. And hiding outside, just in the doorway, the evergreen Mr. Steve Gray. There is Steve Gray. And another legendary heavyweight, one of the great wrestlers of yesteryear, Mr. Lee Bronson. Come on, Lee. Please take a bow. Lee Bronson, ladies and gentlemen. And not to forget the seconds of yesteryear, a man who's been on TV more time than the wrestlers. Where is he, Mr. Charlie Cornish? He's over in the corner. Come on, Charlie. And also Mr. Ted Fretwell. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the real reason that I've been asked to come here tonight is to honour two of the great legends of the wrestling business. And I mean the word legends, as I've never meant it before. When we speak about legends, we naturally think of Les Kellett, or we think of Big Daddy, or one of the big names from TV. But the first man I'm going to introduce to you this evening doesn't really fit that category, although he's known to millions as the greatest referee we've ever had in Great Britain. I'm referring, of course, to Mr. Joe D'Orazio. Not yet. This great man, ladies and gentlemen, was born way back in 1922 in the roughest part of southeast England, where at school two of his classmates were actually hanged for murder. Five of Joe's classmates ended up professional wrestlers, and his greatest friend from his childhood was the Iron Man Steve Logan. They grew up together, they fought together. During the war, they both joined up. After the war, Joe took up judo and became a black belt, first dan within a year. Yes, Joe, you remember? In 1948, his cousin, the legendary Mike Marino, took him into the wrestling business, where he became a great star for the next 20 years, followed very shortly by Steve Logan. Yes? His tag partner for all those years was the wonderful Paul Lincoln, who you might know as Dr. Death. In 1968, Joe had been injured so badly he had to quit. His last bout was against George Kidd, the world lightweight champion. But the wrestling was in his blood, and so he turned to refereeing. And for the next 20 years, he travelled Europe and Britain as the greatest referee we ever had in this country. He also, during the day, worked at Dale Martin's, the promoters, doing all the advertising, the writing, and all the promos for that company, which then was the biggest company in the world. And you're talking about 10 shows a day. But away from all that, ladies and gentlemen, Joe writes. He paints, and he does poetry. As a writer, he wrote The Who's Who of Wrestling in 1971 with Pam Edwards, one of the great novels of wrestling that to this day is used as a reference book. As poetry, he has written 300 poems that have been published that we know of. Some of them like Ode to Mad Hammer, which was very dark and daunting, and some other softly lyrical ones which he dedicated to his Italian-born wife, Tina. Away from that, again, he worked all day helping disabled and mentally retarded people, along with Steve Gray, a fact that none of you know, working together to help disabled people to paint and have a life of their own. They said that it couldn't be done, but they did do it, and the people that these helped have had exhibitions of their own in the Royal Society of Arts, in Covent Garden, all over Britain, displaying the art that these people have done. And Joe, to this day, at 86 years old, still goes to work and still helps those disabled people. In a moment, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to ask somebody special to come up and present Joe with a Life Achievement Award. Before I do so, would you be so gracious as to allow me just to read one verse of one poem that he wrote. It's about a man who's dead, and it's called Tell Them I Sleep. Tell them I sleep in a marble bed, with cypress towering overhead. 'Neath a blanket of green, I dream my dream, the present, the future, and what has been. And should they ask as to my life, say I left behind a wife, who to herself and me was true, and never gave me cause to rue, but with soft and warm caress, filled all my nights with tenderness. Ladies and gentlemen, the wonderful man that is Joe D'Orazio. Of course, as you probably already know, Joe is also president of the British Wrestlers Reunion, which he built into the second biggest reunion on earth, just behind the American Cauliflower Alley Club. And now, to present his award, I need to not really introduce this man. He is the legend of all legends in professional wrestling in this country. He started in 1948, the same time as Joe D'Orazio. They were friends then, and they are friends now. This man was a welterweight who forged his way up the ranks to become the best-known wrestler that has ever got into a British ring. To this day, 25 years after he retired, if I mention wrestling on television, in the next breath, you will mention his name. I promise you. On Cup Final Day in the 80s, he drew 22 million people to watch a bout against Jackie Pallow. You know who I mean. He is the one, the only, the legendary Mick McManus. McManus, ladies and gentlemen, ever sprightly, ever fit, 86 years old. There's never been anyone like him, and there never will be ever again. Mick, I'll hand you the microphone, and would you please give Joe his Life Achievement Award?
Thank you very much. That reception game was a bit more friendly than my wrestling days. It's a pleasure to give this award to Joe, an old friend of mine, known him for many years. We used to have a few differences of opinion in the old days when he was refereeing someone like that, but that was a long time ago. Anyway, it gives me great pleasure to give him this LDN Promotions, the Joe Director. Joe? But before I do, I want to thank Sanjay for keeping wrestling alive in this neck of the woods. Anyway, lovely. Thank you, Sanjay. Thank you.
Well, of course, it is an honour to receive this. I've received many things in my past career. Some have been happy events, sad events, but tonight is a very, very happy event for me to receive. I've been a bit embarrassed here while he's been plugging me, this chap over here. But tonight, there's one other thing that makes me very proud. I can claim, I think, to be the only wrestler in the world, anywhere, the only wrestler ever to be kissed by Mick McManus. Thank you.
God bless you. Ladies and gentlemen, what can you say? Joe Durazio and Mick McManus. Now, thank you so much for that, ladies and gentlemen. But it wouldn't be fitting to let one go without the other one being honoured, because what else can I add to what I've already said and we all feel? Could I ask the world lightweight champion, Johnny Saint, to come back into the ring, please, and offer Mick McManus a Life Achievement Award for everything he's ever done for this wrestling business.
Ladies and gentlemen, before I make this presentation, looking around all the faces here, if I was to add all the ages up collectively, it must be 2,000 years in age here. And considering that I'm only 25 years old, I don't realise, I don't know how I know them all. But seriously, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great, great pleasure indeed to make this presentation to the legendary, one and only, Mick McManus. Congratulations, and I'm sure everybody here wishes you all the best.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Sanjay. And I remember wrestling John on a few occasions. I won't tell you the result. But I don't think one too many, did you, John? But anyway, thank you very much. It's been marvellous to be here tonight with all some of the old faces. Unfortunately, a lot of them have passed by the wayside. But anyway, at least there are some here, and we always remember them. And let's make sure that wrestling keeps going in this neck of the woods. And CJ is, let's give them all a big round of applause for that.
Mick McManus, ladies and gentlemen. And while we're on the business of saying hello, I've just spotted a couple of people in the audience. Won't be familiar to you. Who remembers Johnny Quango? Well, over there's his daughter Brenny and his granddaughter Michelle. Say hello, kids. They've come to support Johnny Kincaid tonight, who was Quango's best friend. The great Johnny Quango. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. We've bored you long enough. Thank you so much for your courtesy and your good manners of listening to us. And now let's get on with what we're here for, the wrestling. Thank you.